Welcome you to Complete Lifestyles, where today we focus on becoming more complete as a person. So the topic for today that we're going to get right into, guys, try not to keep you too long, is changing your environment along with conquering your addiction. So I'm going to do two things for you today, guys. I'm going to talk about two different things. So let's jump right into it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Also hit that notifications bell so when I post a new video, you get it right to you guys. And make sure you check out my Patreon page. So without further ado, guys, first part of changing your environment. Guys, a lot of people get stuck in the same situation, meaning they're living paycheck to paycheck, in the same environment, in the same place, and they want to do better in life, but they are scared to step out. So a lot of times when I say change your environment, people think, oh, I just need to move. No. It goes way beyond just moving, guys. When I say change your environment, I mean change what you like to eat, change what time you go to bed, change your daily routine, change the people you hang out with. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, guys, changing your environment either means finding another job or working more hours at your job or getting a raise. So you got to do some type of change so that you can get a different result, guys. Insanity. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting new results. So guys, it starts with that. If you want to know what you're going to look like in the next 5 years, all you have to do, guys, is look at the 5 people you hang out with the most. A lot of times people say, well, I don't want to leave my friends, or I don't want to, change my environment, but I want different results. I want to have more money in my account. I want to have more freedom. I want to have more flexibility. But guys, sacrifice has to come in there somewhere, or nothing's going to change. So when you think about the best way to move forward, guys, because 2020 is coming up after Christmas, you want to start today, but just know the best way to do things is to switch up your environment. So if you're going to bed at 12 o'clock at night knowing that you got to get up at 6, you got to change some things. Go to bed at 10 or 9 so that you get that extra few hours of sleep, so that you'll feel better at your job, so you'll either be more productive, or when you get off, you'll have more energy to go look for a new job. Same thing is with your friends, guys. If your friends aren't doing anything with their life, if they're just stuck in the rut and they're working that same job and they're living paycheck to paycheck, look at the 5 most people that you hang out with, you spend most of your time with. And I guarantee you, if they're not doing anything with their life, you're not going to be doing anything with yours, because who's pushing who? There's nobody there to say, hey, let's go fill out some applications, or hey, let's work longer hours this week at work. Let's have a competition to see who pulls the most hours so who can have a better paycheck. When I first started working, I was spending time with people in college, and we all had the same goal, but a lot of times the ones that were more successful when they came out of college were the ones that moved on with what they were doing and started putting extra work into their career after college, versus the ones that just kind of enjoyed the college life. They were having fun, so to speak, and being a college student. So you have to focus on what changes you want to make in your life and move forward with that. Such as eating. A lot of people don't eat healthy. They don't eat what's necessary for their body to either build muscle, lose muscle, build your body up, or lose fat. Like, a lot of people they don't change their environment. If you see that your body is not where you want it to be, then you might need to change your environment and spend more time in the gym, working out. Put down some of the unhealthy things that you're eating and eat a little better. Put a little bit more effort into your environment when you go into your kitchen and say, well, I'm not going to be lazy tonight. I'm going to cook something healthy so my body can feel better. So that's part number one, guys. You always want to make sure that if you're not happy with where you are, you're never going to be complete. Because that was the first step, being happy. So when we come to this part of the road where we're focusing on changing your environment, guys, you have to put the effort in, know what you want to change first about your environment, and then make the changes towards it. Yes, that means that you won't get to eat some of your favorite junk food, but your teeth will fill up better. That means you might not get to spend time with such and such that you grew up with, but when you change your environment and you're making more money and you're able to do some of the things you weren't able to do before, you're going to motivate that person to say, hey, they were just hanging out with me. I wonder why they stopped. But when they see the results, they'll say, okay, well, let me see what they were doing. Let me emulate what their process was so that they can try to reach the same results. So guys, in doing that, you'll also help the people that you really care about that actually pay attention to what you're doing, because they'll see the change, and if they care as much as you care, they'll progress and make the necessary changes to their environment that will allow them to move forward and be where you are or better. Like, I have a best friend, and I used to always ride around with him when I got my own car. He moved up to a nicer car, but I was still in my own car. So when we went somewhere, somehow I always ended up in the back because my car wasn't that good. And so, I got tired of that, because I'm riding around and everybody's looking at their car, and then they're like, oh yeah, that's him in the back. Couldn't do it. So I was motivated by what I saw somebody else make changes in their life to move forward. So it kind of pushed me to say, hey, no, I can't do this. If my friends are doing better in life, then I have to do better. So when they go get something, I always try to take it a step above, and we push each other that way. If this guy's paycheck looks like this at the end of the week, I want to push it up above, work a little bit harder so that my paycheck looks a little bit better at the end of the week. So you always got to change the stuff you're doing and move forward, guys. That's what my page is all about. Now, part number 2, guys, conquering your addictions. So a lot of people have a lot of different addictions. I'm not going to call any one specific out. What I'm going to say is, the basics, the drinking, the smoking. Some people have shopping addiction, spending money, sex addiction. You have a wide variety of different things that people are addicted to. And a lot of times they do go hand in hand with change your environment. That's part of it too, because you have to know what your problem is and move forward. So if you're making the kind of money you want to make, but you're spending it on your addiction, guys, that's making one step forward, 2 steps backwards. So you want to know what that is. And so part of that is you have to sit down with yourself and say, this is my problem. I have a problem with such and such. And that's the first step. When you can identify what the problem is that you're dealing with, it will allow you to put effort into changing or conquering what that is. So let's just say, for instance, my problem is drinking. So I have to be able to say, hey, I know for a fact that I drink too much. I shouldn't be drinking, but for whatever reason, it makes me feel good. It gives me confidence. It takes the edge off. It gives me a buzz. Whatever the reason is, you know for a fact that it's not good for you. So after you state what is the problem, then you can start taking baby steps towards resolving the issue. So any triggers that are going to remind you to indulge in what that thing is, you want to remove those out your life immediately, guys. So if every time you smoke a cigarette, you got to have a drink. We'll keep using drinking for example. If you smoke a cigarette and you know that causes you to want to have a drink right after you have a smoke, then you want to remove that. If going into your room and seeing your PlayStation relaxes you, and you think about, oh, well, when I'm relaxed, I want to have a drink while I'm playing my video game. Guys, you got to figure out a way to either remove the PlayStation or remove all the alcohol out the house, so that when you're playing the PlayStation, it's just about you playing the PlayStation. So guys, that's the step number 2. You want to identify the problem, remove the triggers, and then the third thing is you want to have somebody that you can depend on, call on whenever the addiction comes to the fold. So whenever you get that monkey on your back that says, man, I really need this drink, man, you got to have a way to take your mind off of it. Go do something positive. So whatever that is, whether you go play ball, whether you talk on the phone with your friends, whether you go for a run, you go work out, you got to have something in place so that when that addiction comes up, you have a way to release and do something that'll get your mind off of. Take a cold shower, whatever it is. If you look it up online, how to deal with certain addictions, I'm pretty sure it'll give you a list of things that can be done in order to put your mind somewhere else. And so you always have to think about that. And then the fourth thing is, after you've removed all of the triggers and you identify the problem and you put something in place to do when the urge comes up, then you have to just take baby steps. Sometimes you might take a step backwards, but the more steps you take forward, the better it will be, and the more you will go into getting rid of or conquering that addiction, guys. So like I said, guys, today's video was about changing your environment, and that means doing whatever it takes to make your situation better, whether it's getting a new job, whether it's spending less time with your current friends, making some new friends that'll put you in a better position to push yourself, moving, like I said, eating better, changing up your routine, guys. Anything you can do to change your environment for the better. And then the second part was conquering your addictions, guys. You want to always state what your addiction is, remove all triggers, put in a process that something you can do when that addiction arrives, and always take steps towards that. So you're removing that addiction, and you're always trying to say, all right, well, this is what it is, and when you get that urge, you follow the steps and move forward, guys. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you share it, share the link, pass it on to anyone you know that has an addiction, anyone you know that is stuck in a rut but really wants to get out their situation, guys. Make sure you share my link, guys. And like I said, one more time, follow me on all social media at Male Complete, and check out my Patreon page, guys. I think one of my next 2 videos is going to be up there, so it won't be up here, guys. It's only $5 a month to try out my Patreon page and show your support. That'll keep me doing the videos that you guys want to see. I got a lot of videos coming up where I'm going to talk about some controversial topics, and I'm going to interview a couple more people, guys. So stay tuned, guys, and have a wonderful day. Thank you.